Boom! It looks like we're live now. Good morning. It is, well, it's Thursday, and I hope y'all know. I hope you haven't forgotten what Thursday is. It's been a long year without a whole lot of these good Thursdays, but this week I think we're giving it to Ted Cruz.
When this guy so much sack, he protect, he attack. This why no more homo erotic rocket ranches. Got it? Got it. Oh jeez. So much wang.
And before we get into it, I just want to say one more time, just in case you watch it, brother, that John Ward, thank you so much for letting us borrow that song. It's absolute solid gold. So we're not going to be reading a lot of article this morning. We're just going to talk a little bit about what happened. Cameron, since we're not reading articles on this particular one, I want you to take it. I'm going to let you have this one to start.
Well, I've always been a big fan of the Cruzinator. I mean, the guy is a Harvard-level debater and a certified genius. And there's a hearing. They're discussing, violence and riots. And Ted Cruz, being Ted Cruz, sets up a situation where, of course, everybody in the room has to say, well, of course we condemn extreme radicalism, and of course we condemn violence. So then Ted Cruz asks Mazie Hirono directly if she's got anything she wants to say about ANTIFA, and she basically storms out like a petulant child. And this is the same woman, mind you, that said men need to sit down and shut up and just listen. Oh, Hawaii. Oh, Hawaii. Why did we annex you? Why?
So, yeah. Hawaii, honestly, Hawaii can have Hawaii. Let me clue you guys in real quick if you're not tracking on this. Hawaii is a state. It is distinct from other states in a very key way. Hawaii has a pretty active Hawaii separatist, Hawaii royalist, Hawaii sovereignty movement. They also have a third tier of government. So there's obviously as a state they fall under the federal government in the way that most other states do. And then they have their state government, and then they have their individual city and municipal governments. But somewhere in that mix, there is a Hawaii government that is separate from the state government, which is subsidized, I might add, by federal taxpayer dollars, and basically exists to further the political ambition of essentially seceding and declaring Hawaii a sovereign state again. They want to go back to the King Kamehameha rule type, and honestly, let them. Let them start paying tariffs on their $8 a gallon milk. I don't care.
Yeah.
They can take their Hirono horse shit and their Biden. I'm trying to be better about using foul language on the channel, but one day at a time. One day at a time.
Bit early for that, brother.
I drink so much bourbon. Whenever I go to the doctors and they ask me about my drinking, I'm like, and this is true. Yes, I drink alcohol. Well, how often? Once a week? Once a day? I don't know, maybe twice a quarter? The point isn't that I drink like often. It's I'll have a drink.
Right, right. So, but yeah, man, like, and Hawaii. Oh man, speaking of, Hawaii's racist as hell, man. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but
You're not. In the state of Hawaii, I don't fully understand the exact details. I had a few of my soldiers try to buy some property in Hawaii, but you can't own land in Hawaii unless you are either a native-born Hawaiian, and like my first daughter was born on the island of Oahu at Tripler Army Medical Center just outside of Waikiki. Just giant, ugly, pink, Pepto-Bismol pink building. It's huge. It's an eyesore. But you know, it is what it is. That doesn't make her, as far as the law is concerned, for the question of whether or not you can buy land. That doesn't make her a native-born Hawaiian. That's Tripler Army Medical Center right there. I mean, it's huge, but yeah, you have to be ethnically or racially Hawaiian or a Pacific Islander. I think the Samoans and the like are also allowed, but in order to own land, you have to be one of those people. So there's a very aggressively racist policy. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, it's Asian. It doesn't matter. You have to be a Pacific Islander of some sort. And I think in some cases they actually restrict it entirely to Hawaiian, like specifically Hawaiian. That gets a little tricky because there's enough mixing between the various Pacific Islands that if you're some sort of Pacific Islander and born on one of the Hawaiian Islands, then it's hard to argue that your percentage is inadequate. I mean, the Indians do it, so why not? Except the Indians aren't as overtly racist on actual law. So basically, if you are non-Hawaiian and you buy a house in Hawaii, somebody else owns the land and you're leasing it from them. Now it's usually like a 99-year lease, but I've seen a few cases where somebody bought a house. Mario ran into this actually. Somebody bought a house and the landowner decided that he wanted to sell the land to another Hawaiian, and the sale was for the purpose of tearing down the existing homes and replacing them with something else. I think in that case they were actually building just higher end, more expensive houses. They wanted to up the property value by replacing the buildings. And that's it. You get a fair market buyout, which a fair market buyout is what passes in law as a fair market buyout is very seldom equivalent to what you could have earned by simply selling the property on the market yourself, or in this case, the home. And then you're out, and it's short notice. I think they have to give you 90 days notice that hey, you have to get rid of this property and leave. Yeah, that's racist as hell. And don't even get me started on their freaking gun laws.
yeah, it's awfully funny, dude. So often the right is accused of racism, and yet it is consistently the left over and over and over again that not only invokes race, but actually engages in racist policies.
Wow, we are going down a road entirely different than the one that I expected us to go down today. But you're absolutely right. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the dominant Republican Party in California that just repealed the civil rights protections against hiring based on race. They explicitly repealed the existing anti-discrimination laws specifically so that it could be made that businesses be allowed to hire non-whites to the explicit exclusion of whites based on race. Now that's the stated intent. The legal function of it is, if I wanted to move to California and open a business that hired only white people, that's now lawfully tolerable in California.
Yeah, speaking of Democrats
and I'm not saying that's something I want, but you know who does want it? Segregated graduations.
Speaking of the left and their racist assumptions, and have you seen the Joe Biden interview where the black reporter asks him about his cognitive ability, and he no shit
asks the reporter if he likes cocaine?
Yes. Joe, man, you're not talking to your son, dude. Like,
cocaine is a hell of a drug.
So, honorary Totar win. How about Officer Rolf? Just, I mean, baller move. Going on vacation. He's wearing an ankle monitor. So if he leaves the state, like, there's no way he's not going to get found out.
Right.
And so he went to Daytona. And, oh, God, his, who is it, Rayshard Brooks' widow? Not his mistress. What is the mistress after you die? Is she some class of widow? Anyhow.
She's the baby mama? I don't know. I don't know.
Anyhow. But she gives this statement where she's like, Officer Rolf clearly doesn't care. He has the state of mind where he's going to hurt people's feelings. And Rolf is suing to get his job back, which, by the way, brother, why? I mean, I understand why from the macro level, but kind of on the micro level, you really want to go back to work for the city of Atlanta? I wouldn't. Not at all. Not while Mayor Black Girl Magic and Howard the Coward are running the show. Not even close. But he's suing to get his job back. Rolf's lawyers claim that they let the DA know that he was going to leave the state to go on vacation with his family. And of course, Howard the Coward says, no, he violated something. They're trying to revoke his bond. And so he'll basically just sit in jail until his trial, which ain't going to be any time this year. And because of the backlog the coronavirus is creating, it might not even be next year. So if his bond gets revoked, he'll basically sit in jail for at least the next 12 months. And we all know what's going to happen. They're going to watch the footage, and the officers are going to be acquitted, found not guilty, however you want to phrase it. And then yeah. So, but I gotta say, like, that's a balls out move. Maybe stupid, maybe a little stupid. That might be a fair criticism. But God, that is a balls out move to go to the beach wearing your ankle monitor. Like, wow. Whew. Buddy.
Yep.
So Officer Rolf, honorary Totar win, sir.
And yeah, apparently Rolf's saying that they filed the rules, and filed some paperwork. I'm sure that Rolf is, he may be stupid. It's possible. He was smart enough to shoot an armed felon in the act of committing a violent felony while dramatically inebriated under intense stress. I mean, combat situations. So, yeah, maybe he's not all that smart. But I suspect that when the smoke clears on this one, you're going to find that Rolf filed some paperwork and was given explicit permission some sort of an exception, to go on a vacation, and there's probably going to be some element to it that was, look, we bought these tickets and planned this vacation months ago. It was before the Rayshard Brooks occurrence, and frankly, I don't have a job to go to. So what am I doing? And to be very clear, we've seen the footage from the Rayshard Brooks situation. Rolf was 100% correct. The only way he gets convicted of a crime here is if jury tampering by the mainstream press. And by the way, I'm looking at you, AJC and WSB, where every headline refers to him as the man that killed Rayshard Brooks. He's not the man that killed Rayshard Brooks. He's an officer that was assaulted by a violent, inebriated, repeat felon with a deadly weapon. That's who he is. Every time you print the headline, the officer that killed Rayshard Brooks, it's like, you want people to believe that Rayshard Brooks didn't do nothing. I'll tell you what Rayshard Brooks didn't do. He didn't comply with a lawful order while he was being lawfully arrested for breaking the law. Rayshard got what he deserved. He earned that bullet. He begged for that bullet.
Ooh, it's a little spicy there, buddy. But I like it. Sometimes a little hot sauce on the taco is just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, but it's Thursday.
Right.
It's not Taco Tuesday.
That's right. Well, you don't play that sounder anymore. Anyway, it's.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I lost it. I don't. I was moving shit around, reconfiguring stuff, and reorganizing. I lost the Taco Tuesday sounder. I'll have to make a new one.
Oh, I see. But yeah, that's about all I got. The there's some other stuff we could go into, but kind of backed up on time here because
understood.
Because I don't know if y'all are aware, but Cameron's been working a lot these past few weeks. Like, whoa.
Yeah, like I've talked to Cameron a few times these last few weeks. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and oh yeah, I'm already at work. Oh, well, I mean, me too, but I work at a desk in my basement, so I guess it's a little different.
Oh yeah, man, servicing Home Depots and Arby's and Kentucky Fried Chickens and just, man. And these stores called The Buckle, and I swear, The Buckle's got some unofficial policy where you're at least a 9 or you don't get a job.
Really?
Oh yeah, good lord.
What do they do?
They sell clothes.
They sell belts?
Well, yeah, they sell belts, but they're one of those kind of trendy places to buy clothes. It's one of those places where it's like it's an experience, and based on the people I've seen staffing The Buckle, yeah, it's an experience, all right.
Oh, I hope one of them. I hope. Ooh. Oh, hey. They apparently they sell masks.
Yeah. At this man, everybody sells masks now. Gas stations are selling masks. Like it's.
Is it just me, or is this mask acharacteristically Chinese? It says American Fighter.
I don't know. You're not screen sharing.
But, oh, well. Anyway. Maybe you'll notice it when you're in there again. Because I know you're on your phone, and honestly, if I was to screen share this one while you're on your phone, you won't be able to see it very well anyway. So, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, you mentioned it. I'm looking up the website, and I see exactly what you mean. Trendy, hipster, soy boy shit. Looks like they probably have very nice stores that sell things that I'm not interested.
That's yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, shoes made out of ropes. Just
It's something like that. Yes.
okay. It's like when my wife spends 6 or 8 hours staring at Pinterest instead of sleeping, and then tomorrow we have salads in mason jars for dinner.
Ooh, anyhow, buddy, I gotta call it.
All right, brother, be safe out there. Y'all be safe out there. It's time to go to work. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, hey, make sure you're here tomorrow. We guarantee a DRT. Ooh, I said ooh. That might be a little risky, but bold, baby, bold.